Jeb Bush, speaking to the Union Leader newspaper in New Hampshire, was talking about his plan. He wants economic growth. He says, elect Jeb Bush president, and we will soon have economic growth in the 4% range. So the newspaper asks, how do you get there, Governor?
We have to be a lot more productive. Workforce participation has to rise from its all-time modern lows. Means that people need to work longer hours and through their productivity gain more income for their families. That's the only way we're going to get out of this rut that we're in.
People need to work longer hours. At the Democratic National Committee and at the Clinton campaign, that was the ding, ding, ding. They thought maybe they had the new 47%. Right. They had a Republican candidate who sounded insensitive to American workers or was insulting American workers, saying workers aren't out there working hard enough. Look at this tweet from the Hillary Clinton campaign. Anyone who believes Americans aren't working hard enough hasn't met American workers. Here's the issue, though. Governor Bush, same day, says, no, wait a minute. That's not what I was talking about. If you look at the full context.
Keep us from taking it out of context. What you meant to say was, when you say more hours, you mean
given the opportunity to
full-time work.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
That a full-time guy or somebody who has 2 jobs needs to be working even more time.
Absolutely not. Their income needs to grow.
See the shake of the head there. He says his point was, and he says in the Union Leader interview, if you read the whole thing, it was pretty clear, that a lot of people in this recovery are working part-time jobs or 2 part-time jobs because they can't get a 40-hour-a-week full-time job with benefits, and that's what he meant. You need to get more people into the 40 hours. Are the Democrats taking this out of context? Fair, unfair?
They are taking it out of context. It actually reads a little desperate.
Does that ever happen in politics?
It's so weird. But it does. I mean, they're looking so hard for that one sound bite that's going to knock out Jeb Bush. And I don't think this one is it.
Yeah. I mean, they'll keep looking, as you said, but you do have to be more careful if you're Jeb Bush with how you're talking, particularly around this issue, particularly after we saw 2012. Particularly, he's a Bush. He's from a dynasty. He's from a very wealthy family. So yeah, he's got to be a little bit more careful. I do think this whole idea about talking about workers and automatically goes to the question of wages and minimum wage, and that's something where I think Democrats do have something of an edge because they're the ones pushing for a higher minimum wage.
They're going to make the case that if you've got an investment account, if you've got a hedge fund, or even if you just have a 401k, you've done pretty well. What about the worker? This should be the election, the economy changed to based on the worker.